Here the objective is to make a glissando. What is a glissando? A glissando is a function of the voice where you start in the lower range, where there is more muscle creating the phonation in your vocal folds, and then as we go up, we elongate the vocal folds, so we have less and less muscle. So it's a function from more sort of grindy kind of sound transition into more head sound. So when we talk about head sound, it's just an effect of what's happening in the vocal folds and the result in the resonance that happens in the vocal cavity. Yeah, it's not just that you do something in your head, it's just simply the acoustic effect. If you have a lower voice like mine, you need to find a combination where you stay in your chest, especially in the whole middle range of your voice, but also you have like a heady feeling. It's almost like a spoken quality that you can speak and articulate the text freely, and you're not pulling your tongue down and making as if you really want to become a really masculine voice, like grounded in your chest, but with no head voice. What you really need to do is it's an effect of the resonance. Yeah, so resonance is in your chest, but it's also in your head, and it feels high and at the same time grounded. And there seems to be no transition. There seems to be no tension at the level of the larynx. Your larynx is free to operate and tilt and to elongate the vocal folds and to give them also grounding through your breathing, so that it resonates in your chest when you go low. Yeah, so that's the science of it. So in order to master that, it's really, really good to do glissandos. Yeah, this is called glissando. It's an Italian word that basically gives you the picture of bringing the voice from a lower range into a higher range, into a more of a head resonance. Again, if you have a lower voice, you're always going to stay in your chest, probably. Every voice is different, yeah? So let's go for that. And in order to make sure that the tongue is not in the way, what I do is, like, internally, I think no, 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 but it's with closed mouth. And purely from the vocal signal, this is it feels very easy. However, later if we're engaged properly in the support and then we open our mouth, then you will have the full resonance, yeah? And bringing more volume to it, it's about creating the frame for that, not about pushing here, yeah? You can create here more or less connection, but it's never about forcing, yeah? It comes more from whatever expression you want to give to whatever it is that you're saying or singing. Yeah, this is very, very important, because this is what's going to give you that flow, that resilience, that capacity to for some roles, like the capacity to be 2 hours on stage without leaving. Yeah, this kind of stuff exists, and singing all the time without getting tired in your voice. You will get tired in your body because it's quite a draining physical exercise, but your voice should not be drained. Yeah, so let's keep on doing that. As natural as possible at this stage, and always, really. then we open our mouth. Sheep, 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 sheep. Sheep in die Nacht adorate, you see, that's kind of loud, yeah? That's my mezzo forte, that's sort of my middle range volume, yeah? And the signal, the vocal signal that I give is no more than the vocal signal that I'm giving by the closed mouth. In the closed mouth is very easy, and that easiness has to be maintained. All you do is to open your mouth and give a clear vowel. This is really important. If you sing E, it has to be E. If you sing A, it has to be A. If you sing E, it has to be E. In whatever language you're speaking, yeah? Many languages they have a lot of vowels, yeah, like English. Like Russian, for example, has the vowel U, yeah? U, this weird vowel, yeah? Very dangerous because the tongue is back. Yeah, and you tend to push them. So in that case, you have to also be able to pronounce that vowel. Yeah, or the vowel yeah, the French or German, French and German have these vowels like you gotta be able, also the nasal ones like yeah, you gotta be able to do all of those very naturally, yeah. But the vocal signal, this is a resonance thing, the vocal signal never changes. And this is a really great concept to understand, because then you can do anything. You can sing any style, you can sing any language, and the basics of this, everything that happens from here below is the same. And this gives you a great comfort to have great flexibility to express whatever you want to express, emotionally, speaking, singing, different styles, different languages, different ranges, yeah? So, very, very important concept to understand. I'm going to give you some examples. Let's see what I can do with examples. I'm going to sing in Czech, for example, now, yeah? Let's do this. Now, I'm going to sing in the same notes. It's going to be Verdi now in Italian. A te l'estremo addio, palaggio altero. Now for this I probably need more support, bigger frame, bigger sound, more pointed sound. Okay, I can do that, but the signal is the same. Yeah, I'm going to try to open my body. It's early in the morning, so it's tricky to do this just out of the blue. Like, you need to warm up much more, but I'm going to try to do it. It's an amplification of the breath, an amplification of the support, but at the level of the vocal signal is the same, yeah? And the larynx is lower also, yeah, which is another matter, yeah? But the vocal signal, the strength that your voice needs to have is the same one. It's just give it another frame, it's a different frame. A te l'estremo addio, palaggio altero, freddo sepolcro dell'angelo mio. Okay? That's opera. That's sort of the biggest kind of like more grounded sound that I personally can have. Yeah? However, let's go to another style. Let's say I want to sing jazz, yeah? At least from here to here, it's going to be the same. What's going to happen? My resonance is going to be different. How am I going to change that? My larynx is going to be slightly higher, yeah? But at the level of the breathing, at the level of the phonation, the pure phonation, is going to be the same. Now, a note on that. If, for example, you're a singer who sings with belting, like Hep, hela, oh, del tiapa, if you're into that kind of stuff, then something changes here, yeah? But that's not what I'm going to do, so let's go into more like a Frank Sinatra kind of style, yeah? So let's see if I can do it. I don't even know what this is, but it doesn't matter. I've got you under my skin. I tried so deep in the heart of me, so deep in my heart, you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. That's tricky. So the message here is that if you have the basics right of the breathing and your phonation right, then you can play a lot with the expression and the text. It's almost like singing becomes like speaking. Yeah, so you get a constant flow that is needed for the musicality of the song that you're singing, but at the same time you have the freedom to express the words, to give the emotions that you want to express with that. So that the constant flow of air and the let's say the stream of musicality that comes from the breathing comes obviously from the from the breathing technique, from getting the cycle of the breathing right. And then you have the freedom, if the tongue doesn't get in the way, to express everything you want to express more from here upward. It's like you're speaking the text. It's like you're expressing anything you want to express and in the style that you want to express it and with the resonance that you want to express it. Yeah, this is very important. So what I'm going to do is a series of practices with a series of songs by Dvorak, the great Czech composer, who wrote songs for my voice, for bass, and they're really wonderful. They're based in the Bible.